How's it going, everybody? And as we nerd out on this UFC, um, because I love this sport, and if we go to the UFC, if we go to their YouTube channel, I'm on my Bible study, so I'm not subscribed to it on this channel. Um, but so you come on over here. You see these embedded series? Let me get away so you can see the thumbnail. That's part five of the embedded on your upper right. And you want to watch the embedded from the beginning. So the embedded, they had media day where they had individual interviews. They can get a little tedious when they're foreign and they break into the other language. There's episode two, there's episode one. And there's the countdown that I put out there on my Facebook with a full countdown. Both of them, it's 48 minutes, 12 seconds. On the thumbnail there, it'll be 48:11 once you click it. It always drops a second. I don't know why that is, but it just does. And this is the only sport that I follow. And because I think it's relatively real, they are hitting each other. I think most of the stuff is very real. Um, some of the stuff, there's stuff. This is not one of those kind of videos, so I'm not going to go there. That ain't what you came here for. So, but the two fighters in the main event, their birthdays are off the charts in that world. Um, yeah, but anywho, when we break down the co-main event, and let's just scroll down to it. Um, Pereira and Gane. And so let's get to Pereira and Gane. And Alex is the one that's gained a lot of weight. He was once a middleweight. Now he was a world champion in kickboxing. So was Israel Adesanya. And Israel Adesanya, through their beef when they were both kickboxing champions or, ranked number one, fighting each other. Um, and they ended up having a big Miami event where uh, Alex won the first fight in the UFC. Then Israel came back and won the second fight at UFC 287 in Miami. And that was when he was a middleweight and he was cutting way too much weight because he walks around at about 230 pounds. He cut down to 185. And then he moved up to light heavyweight and he took the championship there. So he's a two-time champion. Now he's going for his third. He'll be the first one to win a belt in three weight classes if he becomes the interim heavyweight champion. As the champion, Tom Aspinall got a right eye wound, even though I saw him get poked in the left eye. That's all I saw. But okay, he had the right eye wound, and he's been out, and so they've got this fight where he is fighting from Paris, France, Cyril Gane, and well, where is he pulling the bow back? Don't respect. So let's get the sound off. And so that's what he does. He's very famous. His walkout is epic. It's amazing. I don't know what it'll be like outdoors. It's my first time watching an outdoor UFC event because it's their first outdoor event. And he's going to be fighting. And, they're showing various knockouts. I think this is Jamal Hill knockout, or this is the Jamal Hill knockout. And it's that left hook. And these are just 4-ounce gloves. Now, nobody ever gets that hurt in the UFC because the fights get stopped very quickly. As soon as somebody's in any distress, they just stop the fight. And a lot of the finishes are submissions. So the fighter will simply tap out. And But that left hook that you saw, that was it. That's what he does. That's what he's famous for, the left hook. And it's dropped them all, right? And he's going to be fighting Mr. Paris, France, Cyril Gahn, who is a natural athlete, natural basketball player, turned UFC fighter. So he's very fluid. He does not have killer instinct. So his mental game is the only thing that's kept him from being champion a long time ago. He could have been champ earlier, but he went for a submission and it cost him. It cost him a decision. But he is very capable of winning this fight if he's in the right headspace. And don't ever feel bad about what these people do for a living. They don't have to work. This is their job and they love it. You see the smile on his face. And they're 9 times out of 10, these fighters at the end of each fight, they always have tremendous respect for each other. So there's no animosity. The women, the men, they're all huggy huggy. And now there's Derek, nicknamed the Black Beast. And after I do this, we're just going to go into the entire fight card. And but he took Derek. Derek has more. That's Trump's favorite fighter on the left, because his nickname's the Beast. And Derek, you remember when he rode the Beast around the Daytona 500 twice, on both times on 216, which is James Bond's card tag, 6x6x6. This isn't one of them kind of videos, so stop it. But couldn't resist. But Derek Lewis, Trump's favorite fighter, and Trump had him put on this card. He's like, how come Derek's not on the card? And Dana said, we'll put him on the card. And Trump's talked to him on the phone before. But Derek's getting pieced up by Cyril Gahn. Cyril Gahn tore him up. And Derek's just aged out. Now he is fighting. He potentially has a winnable fight. But I'm going to say don't pick Derek. Now, what about picking Cyril Gahn versus Alex Pereira? As Alex moving up and gaining all this weight. See how much bigger he is now. Now he's going around the 250 range. And he's natural at 230, 240. There's Cyril Gahn again, just to get a look at him. He's more light on his feet. He's more float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. He's more of the athlete. He's going to dance around. That's him fighting the champ, Tom Aspinall. And the eye poke and so on and so forth. I have to pause a little bit. Now, Cyril does have a lot of problems with poking people in the eye. Again, he's not a killer. Mentally, athletically, he's all in. Mentally, he's a pussycat. And he was tearing up the champ. He was winning the fight. He was blocking the takedown attempts. That's when he poked him in the eye. And he bloodied Tom's nose. He had a very stiff jab. And he was on his way to beating the champion until he poked him in the eye. This might be the eye poke coming up here. He went to block. He went to block. And he poked him in the eye. And you can see it going in the left eye. And that one did go in the right eye, though. And if that was organic, so be it. If that was all planned, so be it. It's still my favorite sport because it's relatively real. As the other sports, of course, are not. Whoops. what was that, a 29-point comeback the other night? Remember Tom Brady's miraculous comeback in the Super Bowl? It's the Falcons. Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, most everybody I know now is pretty good with understanding all sports is fake. And but this one here, So let's look at the entire fight card. Let's see if we can bring it up and let's just go over it real quick. So it's going to start off with a banger. And there's Diego Lopez on your bottom left. And Diego Lopez is the up and comer. But Steve Garcia, from everything I'm hearing, I don't know a lot about Steve Garcia, but everything I'm hearing is that, believe it or not, he's capable of possibly knocking out Diego. They put two guys that like the bang. These two guys are going to just be straight up swinging. It is going to be who's favored between Steve Garcia and Diego Lopez. And you come to the odds, and Lopez is favored. But it's not gigantic. If you want to win $100, you have to put $205 on Diego Lopez to win 100. Or if you put 100 down on Steve Garcia, you can win up to 170. That's not gigantic odds. So they're looking at it as kind of a tight fight. Diego Lopez can submit you. He is just fine on the ground, but he would rather stand and bang. Next up is the wrestler Bo Nickel. Bo got a little bit over his skis. He took on a guy that was on his way to being champion, but he fought like 5 times in 1 year and he got burned out. But Bo gave up on a fight. He went up against somebody who was a little too big for him. Even though they have weight classes, this guy was big for the weight class. And Bo is a Penn State national champion, or a 3-time Penn State national champion. Bo Nickel, Penn State, 3-time national champion. And Bo Nickel is a legendary Penn State wrestler who has won 3 NCAA Division I national championships, 17, 2018, and 19. So, of course, he's now matured. It was that long ago that he was in college. So there's the one loss. He should be just fine against Kyle Dawkins. But Kyle Dawkins, who got cut from the UFC and then has been making his way back, and he is renewed. His problem is he's too old. How old is UFC Kyle Dawkins? Oh, no, he's not too old. He's 33. It's another guy that's way old. I know one of them that's way old. We'll get to him in a minute. So Kyle Dawkins, oh, that's what I want to look at. The odds of Bo Nickel and Kyle Dawkins. Age always matters. Bo Nickel, to win $100, you have to put down $320. If you put down 100 on Kyle Dawkins, you'll win $260. Bigger odds. Not as big as the main event that we broke down the other day for you, but these are big odds. Bo Nickel heavily favored. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't hesitate maybe to put $100 to win $320. Kyle Dawkins could win this fight. I say could. I haven't seen enough out of Bo Nickel yet. He literally gave up on that one fight that I told you. He was just outclassed and he didn't want to be in there with him. He didn't have that dog in him, which surprised me because there's no tougher sport than wrestling, and he's a 3-time champion. But when you're getting punched in the face, and you're unable to take a guy down, he just got outclassed and he basically quit without quitting. He quit until the ref called it. Michael Chandler's very old. Who's the other guy that's old? Maybe it's Zahabi. Ayman Zahabi. How old is UFC Ayman Zahabi? think he's 39 or 40. It's 38. Yeah, he's too old. He could he win? Of course he could win. We'll get to that. Getting out over our skis. So we're gonna pick Diego Lopez. We're gonna pick Bo Nickel. But when it comes to Kyle Dawkins, I like those odds. If you want to put a little money on it, just have a little juice on it. Michael Chandler really has no chance because he doesn't fight smart. He just fights to throw punches and entertain people. He's one of those, are you not entertained? Gladiator style. He's a great wrestler back in his college days. Michael Chandler, I think, is 40. And like we were talking about the other day in the first video, the lighter you are, the more the age matters. How old is Michael Chandler, UFC? He's 40. It's way too old for a lightweight. It's just way too old. But he's very patriotic, loves his country, loves Trump, always carries the flag out. Here he is on the UFC card. Mauricio Rufy. UFC fighting odds for Rufy and Chandler. Rufy is 650 betting favorite. Why not put $100 on Michael Chandler to win 650? He could do it. And if it's rigged in any way, as patriotic as Chandler is, you better believe it. you, you better believe it that he's going to end up winning this fight. If this stuff's fake when you watch it, you can't tell it. I know most all of the fighters in the top 10. I listen to various YouTube channels. I listen to Daniel Cormier's YouTube channel. I listen to Michael Bisping's YouTube channel, along with about 5 or 6 other UFC YouTube channels. Really about 10. And so I'm catching interviews. If you go like to Laura Sanko, one and one. Is it one on one? One on one, I'm sorry. And let me see here. So this is her breaking down. She used to be an atomweight fighter. And she's a lot of fun. And they now have her doing cage side commentary. She's very smart. And then we go back, and her and Dean Thomas. Dean is great at analyzing fights. I would definitely say if you want to know what's going on, you want to pick up on these interviews. This is her and Dean talking about Taporia. First time I ever saw Laura without her makeup on. Looked amazing without makeup. So her husband probably told her, said, hey, why don't you just go without makeup? But she's very knowledgeable. Every time I stop it, her eyes go closed. But and Dean Thomas, a former fighter, and they get along. They're a good combination. And they're very informative. And you're going to pick up a lot from listening to them break this fight down. And let's now go to. So we're going to take Rufy to win, but put your money on Chandler at those odds. Absolutely. Josh Hokett just got through fighting the best heavyweight fight of all time. I saw it in Miami. Has Josh Hokett participated in the best UFC heavyweight fight of all time? Josh Hokett, Curtis Blades, best heavyweight fight of all time. I'm trying to see if the AI would say yes, it's considered the so Dana White said the fight was one of the best heavyweight fights that you will ever see. There you go. That's Dana White saying it. So there you go. Josh Hokett played in the NFL, and he was also a collegiate wrestler. And he is fighting Derek the Beast Lewis. Now, Josh is only 6'1", Derek is 6'2", but Josh is only 235 pounds. Derek is 260. That's 25 extra pounds. Problem is, Derek's 41, and he looked like he completely gave up in his last fight. Like he did not want to be in there. Derek Lewis did not want to be in there in his last fight. I like to see what the AI says because it picks up on what is out there in the Ethernet. The sentiment is widely shared by fans and critics following his last bout with Waldo Cortez Acosta at UFC 324 in January. Lewis went down from a single jab in the second round and did not defend himself, leading to a quick stoppage and accusations that he mentally checked out. So I'm trying to give you some buoyance on what I'm saying when I say things. I follow this sport religiously. I hate that term, but you get the idea. This is my sport. And Josh Hokett is an entertaining magnet. Now, tonight's press conference, I was told, or the word was, he was not going to be allowed to be there because he takes on a character where he's just nasty and they don't put up with it. Is Josh Hokett going to be in tonight's press conference? Josh Hokett will be attending the next UFC press conference for the White House, thankfully, because there were false reports saying that Josh Hokett and Derek Lewis weren't going to come because of the whole incident at the last presser. Yeah, Josh Hokett just he was about to get in a fight with Ilia Topuria because Josh Hokett was running down Alex Perez, who's in the co-main, and Ilia Topuria, the lightweight champion, just he didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to hear Josh Hokett bullying the guy that doesn't speak English, and he was just being really nasty with him. Let's look at the odds. Now, I would say I'm just going to guess and say Josh Hokett's a 400, 400, a 4-1 favorite. Let's just see. Fighting odds for Josh Hokett, Derek Lewis. Gum. Josh Hokett betting favorite. For some reason, the AI wouldn't bring it up. So it looks like, there it is, minus 400, 4-1 odds. So I nailed it, huh? Hokett opened as a huge betting favorite, clocking in at minus 400. That means to win $100, you got to put down 400. Now, his name's the Beast. He's Trump's favorite fighter. If this stuff is rigged, and you can't tell it's rigged when you watch it, but if it's rigged, that's easy money. Put down 100 to win 400. Sugar Sean O'Malley taking on Ayman Sahabi. Fighting odds for Sugar Sean O'Malley fight. All right, the AI made it easy on us. He's 475. That's got to be about the age. Can Ayman Sahabi beat him? Absolutely, he can. After listening to people break it down, I don't know a lot about him. I mean, I've seen his fights, but in my brain, I don't know every single fighter on the roster, and I don't think he's in the top 10. Let's go to his ranking. Is he ranked? Does this have rankings? It's age 31 to 38, and what do we talk about the other day? That's a big at 135 pounds. But Zuhabi, if we go to his fight record, there we go. Now we're going to get him. Where's his fight record? I want to see. Out of 16 fights, he's got 14 wins. And if I'm not mistaken, he's won his last. He's number 6. Can he win the fight? Yes, he can. Don't think he can't. And at those odds, yeah, I'm telling you, if you took all the ones that are 1 to 4 or better and just took the underdog, if just one of them hits, you've covered your money. If 2 of them hits, you made a fortune. You've risked 300 to make, 400 here and 600 here. Made $900. So any of the fights that are 4-1 or more, you don't know because this is outdoors. It's a different environment. Everybody on this fight card is capable of winning their fight. That when you get the large odds, you want to take advantage of that. In my humble. Alex Pereira, Surreal Gone. These are even odds. There's your 13-3. Don't get me started. Ilia Toporia's birthday is 121, which is Antichrist in simple gematria. And he's got the big T on his chest with the tattoo. Yeah, his birthday is January 21st. Did I say that out loud? Justin Gaethje, born 1988, the Donnie Darko year. Did I say that out loud? Anyway, but let's run odds for the odds for Alex Pereira and Surreal Gone. It's spelled it's surreal. Incredibly close. Yeah, it's an even fight. I at first thought Gone because of how good he did on the right eye wound fight. Zachariah 11-17, the right eye wound. And he's fighting Revelation 13-3 or rank or 13 wins, 3 losses. He's fighting Mr. 13-3, Alex Perez. Yeah. I would say if the Gone got crushed by Johnny Bones Jones in first round, I'm going to go ahead and take Alex Pereira to win that fight. I'm going to switch my pick. I'm going to switch my pick. And of course, the main event, Ilia Topuria easily should knock out Justin Gaethje. Justin is a little taller, though. Justin's got 5 losses, and he's been knocked out cold a few times. Ilia's short for the weight class. But one thing I didn't talk about was Ilia Topuria's footwork. He's never out of balance. He boxes where he strikes like a real professional boxer. And he is a heavy favorite. What are the odds of the main event for UFC Freedom 250? Well, CBS Sports is going to give us all the odds. Do they have it nice and laid out for us? They do. Now the odds are you put down 100 to win $520 with Justin Gaethje. If you put down 100, you're going to win 520. I say do that. Putting your money on the slightly favored Alex Pereira, yeah. I would say keep your money off that fight unless you're going to go to a prop bet, and that would then be it going the distance. I don't know. I don't know if that's going the distance. Zuhabi put down 100 to win 425. but I think Sean O'Malley's going to win. So I want to take Topuria, Alex Pereira, Sean O'Malley, Josh Hokett, um, oof, Mauricio Rufy, Bo Nickel, Diego Lopez. I literally will take all of the favorites, but you know that's not going to happen. If I'm betting, I put 100 on Justin Gaethje. I would put 100 on Zahabi. I'd put 100 on Derek Lewis. I'd put 100 on Michael Chandler. I'd put 50 on Kyle Dawkins. You're risking 100, 200, 300, $450. If just the $50 one pops, you get $150 back. But if just one of the $100 bets pop, you've already made a profit. You $650 if Chandler wins. It's $410. You almost get all your money back if Derek Lewis wins. Or you get almost all your money back if Zahabi wins. Or you get all of your money back if Justin Gaethje wins. If two of your underdogs win, you made a nice profit. You made 650, and let's say this one, you made $1,000 off that $450, just like that, out of risking that much money. You made $1,000. I don't promote gambling. I would always tell you don't do it. There's demons attached to all that kind of stuff. That's why anything people get addicted to, there's demons attached to it. But if I'm breaking it down for you, because I want to come back and look at this later, and I want to do a post-fight. And we're just going to do a post-fight recap. And we're going to talk about it. All right. Love you guys.